Hey guys, how are you today? My name is Mema and today we're going to be talking about where to start training. If you're starting to train, sometimes it's difficult and sometimes I can understand that you might don't know where to start. So today I'm going to give you 10 tips to start and how to start. So tip number 1. Stop stereotypes. Being strong and healthy is sexy. Don't worry about the curve. Oh, las curvas. You know, the best curve is a smile. It doesn't matter what you see on social media and see, look at that girl or look at that guy and see, oh, I want that body. But the reality is that we don't know if they use Photoshop or if they edit that photo. So don't worry about them. The best body and the perfect body is the one that has curve, that has freckles, that has scars, that has stretch marks on the belly, on your glutes. That's a perfect body. That's a realistic body. So don't worry about what the other one have and worry about what you have, what you want to achieve. You are not the same as the other one. What works for you won't work for me. Or it might, but it might be different. Okay, your body and my body and everyone's body is so different. Everyone's body is a different world. So what works for you won't work for me. And remember that what you feel inside is the most important. Tip number 2, preparation. Stop saying that you don't have time for anything. You do have time. It depends how you organize during the day. For example, what I do is that I have a whiteboard, and what I did was divide for 7 days, so Monday to Sunday, and from the hour that I start, so 5 a.m. until 8 p.m. So what I do is that I usually put my work hours in there as a, let's say I used to work before this COVID happened. I used to work for 3 jobs. So I had 2 different pools and a gym. So what I did, it was like one pool, it will be a light blue, the other pool will be dark blue, and the gym will be green. So depending on the hours that I have, then I have to wriggle, I don't know how you say, like colorear, like drawing, the hours that I was doing in there, and then I will see the blanks that I have. Time management is super important because that will help you to do your exercise during the day, prepare your meals during the week, how to work more efficiency, and set the times that you want to do that work. For example, I want to train for 30 minutes today because that's the time that I have. So you make sure that you have done everything and then you do that time, that 30 minutes for your workout. Okay, so stop saying that you don't have time. You do have time. It's just preparation. It's the key to success. That word is really hard for me to say. So what we do as well is, depending of the day, we prepare our day the day before. So the day before we say, okay, tomorrow I have to wake up early to do exercise, then I have to go work, and then I have to do groceries, and then I have to make the meals. So I prepare that the day before, so I know what I'm doing the next day, and then I set the time that I want to do that. I'm gonna exercise for an hour. While I'm cooking for the meal for the week, that it usually takes an hour or 2 as well, maybe 3 depending on what you're cooking. Let's say 3 hours maximum. Then we say, okay, I'm gonna do 3 hours on here. So that's how you start preparing your next day. First, you need to write down what you want to do, and then you set up the times that you want to spend doing that. And then you will see that your days was super fast because you keep doing things. You might be feeling tired at the end of the day, but at least you feel that you've done something and you set yourself a goal. Tip number 3, set a realistic goal. 25 years old, 100 kilos, and I want to lose 20 kilos in 2 weeks. That's impossible. You can't, that won't happen in 2 weeks. okay? That would take time. So I want you to set a goal, a realistic goal. If you're starting to train, set small goals, yeah? The first thing that we're gonna look is specific. Be specific on what you want to achieve or what's your goal. I want to lose
5 kilos.
Then set the time frame that you want to do it. I want to lose
5 kilos.
in 3 months. So once you finish that, then you're going to say, okay, how am I going to achieve
losing 5 kilos
in 3 months? So what are the exercises to do during the week, or how many times do I have to train, and what types of exercise do I have to do during the week to make that possible? First, you start to do the frequency. So how many times a week you're gonna train? Let's say 4 times a week for an hour. And then different types of exercise. Cardio, strength, a little bit of HIIT, Pilates, stretching like yoga. And then from there, you start to measure that. So how am I gonna make progress, and how am I gonna achieve that? Measuring that I'm making progress, taking photos. How you call that with a finger? Measuring with the measure type thing it's called. I'm sorry, my English is not my first language. Tip number 4: start small. You can't pretend doing 100 push-ups while you can't do only 1. You know, it's like a baby steps. A baby can't go running before he can even crawl, right? Babies too, but you get me. Start small. Set little small daily or weekly. For me, my recommendation, do it weekly so you start creating a little habit. For the first week, do the same. So you're creating the habit of it. If you're starting from 0, from that sedentary life, to do an exercise, I recommend it getting for 4 weeks. If you haven't trained for 3-5 weeks, but you were training before, start small as well, because your muscle has memory. But if you start like you used to be before, like you used to train before, then your body's gonna create a shock and you're gonna be super sore. So I just recommend that. So for beginners, start small as walking for 10 minutes. So you're gonna do that every single day for 4 weeks. Walking 10 minutes, walking 10 minutes every day. Okay, I'll do it for 2 weeks until you feel like, okay, I got this. Once you feel used to it a little bit more, you feel more comfortable and you feel more confident on what you're doing, then starting to do a little bit more of time. So instead of doing 10 minutes, you start to do 20 minutes, and then you start doing 20 minutes, you start to do 30 minutes, and then you're slowly progressing that. Tip number 5, that is create habits, okay? From having all this preparation, that's creating a new habit, having your goals set and starting to train consistently, that's creating a new habit. So every day is going to be a different day, a different kind of goal. So let's see, today I'm going to achieve walking for 10 minutes, but tomorrow I want to achieve doing 20 squats. So slowly getting there. Obviously, baby step, that was a big amount of squats, but from 10 to 20 and so on, okay? By creating a new habit, it will just change your life. It will change your life for a better. It will become your lifestyle. It won't be something that you say, oh, I need to go work. No, it's just a habit. It's the same thing that when you wake up, you have to brush your teeth. It's the same thing. So you want to create the fitness and your health as your new lifestyle, and that takes time. You need to understand that that takes time. Creating a new habit is not easy. It's hard, but starting slowly and starting small, like the tip number 4, create a new healthy habits, and it will make it achievable. It will make it realistic for you to make it happen, and then you don't see it that far. By creating small goals, like weekly task, it will help you to achieve it more and not to see it too far away, and actually make it super fun, because that's the idea. You need to make it fun. If it's not fun, you will quit, and that's not a thing. Tip number 6, eat healthier. To feel strong, to feel healthy, to look healthy and to look strong, 70% is nutrition, 70% is what you eat, and 30% is the exercise. Some people say 80%, 20. Eating healthier will make you feel so good. You have no idea. Your body will feel so clean, your metabolism start to work properly, all your hormones gonna start to work properly, you're gonna think better, you're gonna look better, everything, you're gonna feel stronger. You are gonna last through the day by eating healthier. Okay, and it's gonna help you to achieve your goal way faster. For that, you need a balanced nutrition. So you need to have all your macros, all the veggies, all your vitamins and minerals, and creating that new habit of eating healthier, only having one cheat meal a day. But because you're starting small, then maybe that's what I do with my clients. When they start from zero, I give them 2 cheat meals a week, and then after 4 weeks, then I reduce it to 1. So once they get used to it, to the food, eating healthier, because I know it can be super hard to start from zero, from having junk food, McDonald's every day, to start to eating super healthy veggies and your proteins and your carbs and your fats and everything. It can be very hard to let go of this, but that's what creating habits are about. Okay, you're gonna step out of that comfort zone and you're gonna create new habits for you. You're gonna create new habits for your better lifestyle to live longer and feel amazing, keep up with your kids and feel just amazing. So eating healthier will give you that. Tip number 7. Track your progress. That's right. So when you're setting your goals, you're gonna take photos on the first day. You're gonna take photo in front, you're gonna take photo on the side of your whole body. If you have someone that can measure you, that will be amazing. Okay, because that will be the key of your motivation, and that will be the key for you to keep going and see if you're doing it properly or if you need to make some changes. Tracking your progress can be videos, can be photos, can be measured, can be the scale. I don't trust the scale, so if it's messing too much with your head, then don't use it. But that you can see if you dropping weight. But remember that the scales won't tell you how much water you have on you, how much muscles you have, and how much fat you have. For that, it would be better if you do a body scan, which tells you pretty much everything. I think I have. And this is the Evolved one. This is from Australia. So it literally tells you everything. It tells you, like, you need your height, your weight, and your age. And then it would tell you literally what your lean body mass is, your skeletal muscle, the proteins that you have, the body fat mass, the visceral fat levels are, and everything. So it literally tells you all you need when it's about scales, because scales doesn't tell you specifically what you have on your body. So you need to track your progress that makes you feel comfortable. So the first day, you're gonna take photos of you, and then you're gonna do a fitness test. How long can you hold plank for? Can you hold it for 10 seconds? Can you hold it for 1 minute with a perfect technique? And then every 4 weeks, you do the test again. Some of my clients prefer every 2 weeks, some of my clients prefer every 4 weeks, or some of my clients prefer every 6 weeks. But it's up to you. I don't measure myself until 4 weeks. I prefer 4 weeks because maybe the first 2-3 weeks, because your body is adapting, you won't see too much progress. You might see, but just the little ones. So in the 4th week is when your body actually reacts and say, okay, good, and then it's when everything happens. But it's up to you, to keep you motivated. Then if you need to do that, then do it. Tip number 8, expect to fail. You're not perfect, I'm not perfect, anything is perfect. The first 3 weeks is gonna be the hardest. And the 3rd week, you're gonna want to quit. Why? Because you will feel tired, you will feel lazy, you will feel that you don't wanna do anything. But you are, and you might not see even results, because as I tell you, the first 3 weeks your body is adapting, so you might lose a lot of weight, but you might not. If you didn't, guess what you just achieved? You achieve being more prepared during the week. You achieve eating healthier. You achieve setting yourself a goal and ask you why am I doing this, why I want to do this. It's for yourself. That's why you want to do it. That's why you started. Remind yourself why you started that. Okay, so don't expect perfection. Expect reality. Some days you just want to go eat pizzas, you know, because it's like that. Maybe you're stressed and you deal with stress with food, which is not ideal. But I know that some people does that, but it's okay. As long as you go back in track, that's fine. To just achieve waking up early every day, and maybe you used to wake up at 9, but now you wake up at 7. That's a huge achievement. So don't feel pressure, don't feel anxious. This journey is what is gonna make you feel amazing. What we have a saying that is, what easy comes, easy goes. So not everything is gonna come as you want, fast as you want. And that's something for me as well, because I'm not patient. But for this kind of stuff, we need to be patient. We need to be able to understand our body and listen to our body. If you feel tired that day, go have a rest. But the next day, you go back in track. Tip number 9, motivation and discipline. Motivation can be sometimes like a roller coaster, can be like this. Some days you're like super motivated, and then one day you're super down and lazy, you don't want to do anything. But your discipline will keep you on track, and that's what you have to think. When you're feeling lazy, not tired, because it's a very different one to another one. When you're feeling lazy, that you are like, oh, I just don't want to go today because I don't feel like it. Your discipline is gonna keep you up. Don't let that laziness get into not doing anything. Let your discipline keep you in track. Okay, if really one day you feel like, oh no, like today my hormones are crazy and I don't feel like it, I have a terrible day at work, maybe exercise will make it better. And actually it does make it better. But if you really don't feel like it, okay, have the day off, but make sure that the next day you're going back in track. Do not eat unhealthy when you're not training. That day that you don't train, you have to eat more healthy than when you actually not training. You need to eat healthy, but when you're not training because you're not expending any calories, then you need to eat super healthy. You can't have a cheat meal when you're not training. The last tip, number 10, is do it for yourself. Remember why you started if you're feeling unmotivated. Don't let yourself down. Why you started achieving all those goals? Why you want to lose weight? Why you want to gain weight? Because you want to keep up with your kids. Maybe because you want to feel confident. Because you want to have that self-esteem and put your chin up when you walk in. Put that bikini that you always wanted to use. Put those swimmers shorts, body shorts for men that you always wanted to put. Do it for yourself. Don't do it because of the other one told you to do it, because you're never gonna do it. If someone tells you what to do because you're doing it for that someone, then you're not gonna achieve that goal. You need to do it for yourself, because you want to feel great, because you want to feel strong, because you want to feel healthy, because you want to be able to keep up with your kids, because you want to look at yourself in the mirror and say, fuck, I'm sexy. Do it for yourself. Don't do it because someone else told you. F them. Don't care about what they say. Care about what you say. Remember why you started, why you want to do it, why you want to lose that weight, and don't do it for someone else, because every time you fail, you're just gonna quit. And we're not quitters. Remember that person that maybe you have in your refrigerator, that model, he or she struggled as well. And they wanted to give up, but the discipline keep up, and then they say no, because if I want to achieve my dream body, then I have to work hard on it. Because remember that when you have that body that you don't like, that took time to get in there. And that the same, that will take time to get back into how it was before, how you want it. Okay, but do it for yourself and don't do it for someone else. Okay guys, this is our 10 tips to where to start training. Or how to start training. If you like this video, please share. Share. Leave the comments below. Leave me some feedbacks of this. This is actually my, I don't know, third video doing in English, so don't be too hard on me on my English. But either way, don't forget subscribing that red button and select that bell until you get the two little things, the two little lights. It will tell you to activate the notifications in there, so every time I post a new video, you will have one. Don't forget to follow me in Instagram, so Mema Coronel PT, and then follow me in my Facebook, Mema Coronel PT as well. But for today, we're done.